Hi, my name is Krista Wood. I'm going to give you an overview of how the machine operates with the HMI. So this is our main menu screen. To get to the start buttons of the machine, you hit System Control. You will then turn Control Current on for the machine. Make sure all the robot will home. The Smart Track belts will reset after every e-stop. Okay, so that's to finish. Now to start your case feed, we have our case feed button that is running. The loading conveyor will run for 3 seconds and then stop when cases are in position. You then start up your case packer and your product in feed. Your product in feed will not start if your case packer is not started, as well as your case feed is not started. To do a case exchange, you use this case reset button. That can only be done if there's cases in the thing. Also, so if you want to see your alarms, display alarm buttons, you can clear the alarms. If you want to see the alarm history, you push display mode and you'll see all the past alarms for the day. Close that out. And you see our production history screen. This will show you the product count per shift, as well as the cases run, your uptime, your idle time, and your downtime. These can be cleared at the end of each shift. They can also be cleared if you need to reset a time or such things like that by these buttons. We also include yesterday's production time, which does the same thing, your product count, your cases packed, how many rejects you have, uptime, idle time, and downtime. Now for manual adjustments to the active product code, you'll enter in your password here. And this is where you can go to your flap control adjustments. These buttons, it's currently in active mode, you can put it into manual. You can jog your flap control down, you can jog it up, and you also get all of your analog readings here. This is also where you can adjust all of your active product codes. So your product in feed buttons, so the speeds of your acceleration conveyors for primary and secondary, as well as your metering conveyors. You can then work on your primary Smart Track correlation, which is where it picks, where it starts, your index lengths, your group spacing, and your speeds. Same goes for the secondary Smart Track belt as well. Pick positions, delay indexing, start positions, group spacing, overflow bags. Then you go to your robot pick position. This is where you put where your robot's going to pick from your Smart Track belts, as well as your delays, your offsets, your head height, your the numbers, and this is where you adjust your vacuum speed. This is our place position, which is where the robot is coming over to place product into the cases. This is where you put in your position to put where the cases are at, how far up your increments are, your case height, as well as your load speed. How fast do you want the product to load into the case? Then we have our robot return, which is it coming back to pick again from the Smart Track belt from the case. This is where we have our gaps, our dwells, and our return speed as well. This is our case handling screen. This controls all the speeds for all the case handling conveyors, as well as the delays for the case exchange stops. So right now we have our release case at standby delay, our load case standby, our flap control down delay. And all three of these delays are dealing with the loading conveyors. So you have your load stop, which is your first delay. Your second delay is going to be your case at standby delay. And then we have our flap control down delay, which is when a case exchange happens, you will have the flap control come up to release cases. Once cases are settled in place, it'll come back down after 150 milliseconds currently. This is where we can adjust the speeds for our empty case, our loading conveyor, and our full case conveyors. Now these manual machine adjustments are for the physical guides for the cases and for the product. There's 16 of them for this machine. You have the first 8 in the loading case conveyors. They range from the case guides to case stops. And from 9 to 16 are the product in feed, and that controls how thick the product goes through and guiding it into the Smart Track belts. These active product code adjustments can only be changed with control current on, and you have to hit the save button in order for them to be saved to the product code. If not, it'll just revert back to what was already stored in there. Let me see. So back to our main menu. You can also access other product codes from this. Control current must be off. Enter in your password. And you can then copy, delete, or select a product code. And it's the same adjustments as the active product code. There's that. Let's go back here. These buttons over here are to reset your primary and secondary Smart Track belts. We also have you can tell, this is our machine data screen. It tells you the layers in the case, as well as your rates per minute and your average rate. Let's see. Change password button allows you to change the passcode within the system. This is our service contacts button. It gives you all the information, the name of the machine, the release date of the project, what kind of machine it is for us, and some information about the PLC and the HMI software. It also gives you emails and numbers to call if you need assistance. This is our changeover screen. This is where you would go to begin your changeover onto the next product code. Let's go back here. So from the active product code adjustment screen, you can also go to put your robot into service position. This button will move the robot into your service position in the front so that you can easily detach it and remove the head if necessary. This also takes you to your jog screen for your head. You can jog it forward or backwards, up or down, and it'll give you your readings for it. This button here will skip password for 15 minutes in case you're having to go back and forth between the system control screen and the active adjust screens. We have the alarm history is also on this screen. It's password protected so that you can't clear the entire alarm history unless you have the password. This is our auto cycle page. This is where you can auto cycle your machine. You can input the rate at which you want it to go, and then you hit start. You need to have case feed and case packer on in order for auto cycle to operate.